It's strange to me that we disagree with one another about such fundamental things like the worship of God. And yet this is the reality amongst Christians that I have observed. What is the right worship of God? Can you believe that this is a source of arguing and division? I can, because I've seen it and I see it still. But isn't it sad that we are disagreeing with each other, not on the fact that we all desire to worship God, but that our worship differs from each other. I want to talk about this briefly on this weekend, because this weekend is traditionally, by many Christian traditions, ancient traditions, known as Corpus Christi, or the Feast of the Body and Blood of Christ. The feast that commemorates what Jesus spoke about in the 6th chapter of the Gospel of John and in the Last Supper accounts in the Synoptic Gospels. That this celebration of the Eucharist, the eating and drinking of the bread and the wine, is a partaking in the body and blood of Christ. It's a reception of that real presence of Jesus in the sacrament of the Eucharist. And this is the ancient tradition and belief of how we worship God. But does it have to be a source of disagreement and arguing and division? Jesus never meant for us to be divided. And so there are traditions that simply interpret those words a little differently. Consider for a moment that one of those interpretations is right and all the others are wrong. And consider for a moment what how God approaches people who in good faith come together on a Sunday in order to participate in a worship of God and desire to know God and read His sacred scriptures. And some receive the Eucharist with the right understanding, and some receive it perhaps in a way that is, someday maybe we'll find out, is not the exact and right way. What is the end result? The end result is not in whether we received the Eucharist with the right and proper teaching and understanding, but whether we desired to receive the Eucharist as a means of encountering the living God. And whether we worshipped together on a Sunday or any day of the week with the desire in our heart to love God, to know God, to worship God. I think a source of unity will come not from the right doctrines and the right dissecting of what it means when we say Jesus is truly and really present in the Eucharist. But the source of unity will come through genuine love for God and a desire to encounter Him in however imperfect way we do that through different Christian traditions. On this Corpus Christi feast, this Sunday, my prayer is not that my interpretation, my tradition's interpretation about the real presence of Jesus in the Eucharist may win, but my prayer is that we may all encounter the living God and desire to live for Him. God bless you.